You can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. My feet have come too far for you to tie 'em to the ground. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. Set my sights on where I'm going at. They turn it back around. Can't stop me.
Well, good evening and welcome to Coffee and Tea.
Yeah, it's a little weird this evening. I'm not usually here. Usually you'd be seeing tea mugs or teacups.
Yeah. Well, you're going to be here every fifth Coffee and Tea. Yeah.
I did not know I'd been promoted to a coffee and tier.
Yes, you're on the every fifth in a month Coffee and Tea because it's just easier.
Hey, Shannon, who is not
Hello,
sitting here like it's Thursday and I know there's a show.
Well, I'm glad Shannon was able to get in and to see the show. And yes, because I didn't schedule it because I wasn't sure if I was going to do it or not. And then it's like, no, we're doing it.
Okay.
We're taking a look at 2023 and seeing where it's at.
There we go.
Especially when I read a news article today that, one of last year's predictions was about the crypto market. And I said, hold your hats. Would not invest in crypto. Crypto is not a good thing.
Need those terms and conditions, man. I know it. I do. I need terms and conditions, damn it.
Well, the terms are I say so, and the condition is you're breathing and warm.
I would like to file a complaint.
You know where my complaint department is, right?
Yeah, me.
Okay, so file with yourself. You're also my HR, so if you want to take it to HR, see you. Oh, you want to take it to the manager? See your own self.
Yep. Of course, now when and I can't even discipline him, he'll enjoy it. What am I going to do? Suspend him? Please.
How? Where from? Hello, Brenda.
All he'll hear is paid vacation. Where?
Yeah.
Yeah. Joe complaining to HR, looking like he's talking to himself. Yes.
Oh.
Believe me, my staff meetings are fun.
Mine are better.
We're getting shirts made that, to go with your corporate motto, the beatings will continue until morale improves.
No raises until there's blood on the floor.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yep.
Oh, no. Shannon has laryngitis again, so they couldn't go to work. And work is not happy, no doubt.
Shannon, go and get you a cup of tea, 1 orange, and 3 shots of Fireball.
Honey, it is the 29th of December. Ain't nobody want to work.
Apparently
she'll
not.
Better quickly. Like she'll listen to you on the 2nd.
But no, apparently not. Nobody want to work. We had an experience today, and I'm like, where the hell do I live at?
Oh, she's doing lemon, honey, and tea because she can't do Fireball.
All right, lemon, honey, and tea is good.
Yeah.
Why can't we do Fireball?
I don't know. Some people can't handle it, and it makes them sick.
Just 3 shots, but okay.
It's just 3 shots.
Oh, cinnamon. Well, that's not a problem. Then you switch over and you get whiskey.
Oh, doesn't like cinnamon. Understandable.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Oh no, Brenda's back. Apparently, we glitched.
We also,
it glitched.
It normally does.
Something glitched.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, so we're gonna have fun. This is my yearly predictions. We were talking about last year's yearly predictions, and I was right. Crypto went to hell.
Oh yeah, crypto went.
Just wait for the government oversight, because the government oversight is currently suing stars for not telling them that they were involved in. And this is the Kardashians. and
Mhm.
she pled guilty, was paid to recommend a crypto platform. Do you
Oh
think
yeah.
they're going to oversight the hell out of everything now? Yep.
Oh yeah. Well, and it wasn't just like they were paid like a general modeling fee or just like a
Mm-hmm.
general promotions fee. Like we're talking millions.
Mm-hmm.
Like they courted these stars for millions.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Yeah. I mean, are celebrity endorsements that big a deal? I
Yes.
mean, financially, like
Yes.
millions of dollars?
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh, so yeah. Oh.
U.S. Games, if you're listening, we would gladly entertain some endorsement deals. See my manager.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
For just $50, he will hawk anything you want him to.
Actually, it's 35, and the whole show will hawk anything they want us to a point.
True. True.
There's
Dang
something
it.
we won't hawk.
I know. Now the amount I charge, because I have a business manager fee that's kind of
Uh, 2 tacos.
35 is just what's left. Um,
Anyway, which I think there's going to be some revolution in that industry. But so I thought we would do some general predictions for 2023. First, we'll look at it and I'll bring up your numerological side of it because we've done that. No, we discussed everyone's personal numerology on that.
Yeah, we did that thing.
All right.
Yeah, we did that.
Let me bring up the astrology.
Yes. Oh, and don't forget to look at the very end of December because I think we have one big bang before the year's over left, don't we?
We have Mercury in retrograde banging their ass out at us.
Yes, because that starts today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Sorry, I'm laughing at Brenda.
And of course, 2023 is going to bring big planetary shifts. We've got a number of eclipses. We have the new moon eclipse in Aries on April 19th. We have a full moon lunar eclipse in May 5th. And we have I'll just send this to you. You can deal with it.
Oh.
There you go. You can cover the astrology report.
Oh. So, yeah, the 2023 astrology predictions, eclipses, retrogrades, and more. So, all right, we're starting at the eclipses.
Yep, let's go for eclipses. Now, remember, eclipses have effects that last 6 months. So we're technically still dealing with eclipses that happened this year.
Oh, yeah. So there's a new moon solar eclipse in Aries, April 19th. So representing a major new beginning, this eclipse sets the tones for themes that we will be working on until mid-2025.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on, advertising. There we go. By bringing imminent change to our lives, it will require us to put ourselves first by prioritizing the healing of past hurtful events. Devote yourself to a spiritual practice now. Then we, very shortly thereafter, get a full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio on May 5th. Interesting twists and turns of events could be in store at this powerful eclipse, as the luminaries will be activating wild child Uranus. Embrace change, as Venus and Gemini will be forming a positive sextile with Jupiter. Positive surprises could be in store if we go with the flow. Then we get a nice little break. And October 14th, we get a new moon solar eclipse in Libra. By activating the South Node in Libra, this eclipse will instigate us to stop seeing ourselves through someone else's eyes. With Venus in her fall in Virgo, opposing Saturn in Pisces, some relationships are meant to be ending now. So don't try to hold on to them. And then we get 2 weeks.
Pattern.
You know. Do what now?
There's a pattern.
Yes, yes. So October 28th, we get a full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. With the node squaring Pluto in Capricorn, a significant purging is taking place now as we experience the last eclipse in the Taurus-Scorpio axis. Expect big shifts in relationships, business, and money matters now. These endings will give way to new beginnings that are more in line with concepts of expansion and freedom.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, now as for the retrogrades, we have Mercury starting today, going through January 18th. We will end up seeing Mercury in retrograde 4 times this year.
Mm-hmm.
April 21st to May 14th, August 23rd to September 15th, and then December 13th to January 1.
Yep. We'll be going back into cycle. In 2023, Mercury retrogrades are mostly in Earth signs, bringing transformation to the realms of the material possessions and in the way we make, save, and spend money. The year begins with a swift karmic messenger retrograde in the abundant sign of Capricorn. This will bring change and adjustment for all signs in the realms of careers. Spring, Mercury retrograde in Taurus will have us reassessing our financial situation as well as our resources, bringing access to exciting ideas for those who seek guidance within summer. Mercury in retrograde in Virgo is asking us to review some of the possessions we've established over our day-to-day work routines. In mid-December, Mercury goes retrograde in Capricorn, repeating themes of the earlier year, settling in and starting December 22nd retrograde, Mercury enters Sagittarius, investing in our open minds to the future.
There we go. So yeah, Venus, July 22nd to September 3rd. Major but entertaining drama is scheduled for our relationships this summer with Venus retrograde in attention-seeking Leo as people seek more freedom. Avoid overspending during this retrograde.
Stick to your budgets this summer. No expensive vacations that you cannot afford.
Yeah, really. And then we get Mars, October 30th to January 12th, overlapping with the Mercury retrograde. Mars retrograde in Gemini brings a very slow start to 2023. What? Mars retrograde. Okay, once direct, Mars will have us redirecting our energy towards new avenues and newfound passions. So, okay, I understand what it's saying now.
Yeah.
Oh, that was confusing. Because I was like, wait, what are the, like? It's not a slow start in October.
No, it's a slow start to 2023. I mean, we're journeying with retrogrades in place.
Okay. So this started October 30th, 2022.
Yeah.
We get a slow start to 2023, and then January 12th we'll be off and running.
Yes.
Okay, got it now. Sorry, this is the weirdest part of some of these where they don't specify
the year.
Yeah, because I'm sitting here going October 30th, and I thought 2023 to January 12th, 2024.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, that's not a slow start to 2023.
Right.
Sorry, didn't catch that one. All right.
Jupiter, September 4th to December 30th. In case we've overextended ourselves during the Jupiter-Pluto square that occurs on April 25th through June 12th, or the Jupiter North Node conjunction, May 11th to June 21st. This retrograde will help us scale back, i.e., we will start pulling ourselves back in, making sure we got things in order, getting back to being the benevolent one.
Hey, there we go. And then we have Saturn, June 17th to November 4th. Since entering Pisces on March 7th, Saturn has been dissolving the old structures of our lives. During the retrograde, this process of dissolution will align us with our true paths.
Mm-hmm.
And then Uranus, August 28th to January 22nd. New and exciting ideas are available during this retrograde as the energy of Uranus becomes tamed enough to be accessed by those who are ready to receive them. Now, is that 2023 to 2024 or 2022 to 2023?
That is 2023 to 2024.
Okay.
Then we have Neptune going June 30th to December 6th. Those that have been hiding from seeing the truth, blind by the numerical influences of the planet of fantasy, will have the rose-colored glasses pulled off at some point during this retrograde. Neptune's not going to be a really happy one for a lot of people. Just be warned. That's from summer to winter. You may see a lot of things coming out that you may have thought was all peachy keen. Oh, isn't that so nice? No, 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 no.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Now, here's a fun one for you. Take it away. On to Pluto.
Alrighty. So Pluto, May 1st to October 10th. This is the retrograde to watch in 2023, as Pluto will toggle between Aquarius and Capricorn, giving us a sneak peek into the collective themes that will remain active for the next 20 years.
Mhm.
Oh, and the last one, July 23rd to July 23rd to December 26th, Chiron. When the wounded healer takes a long nap, we can better become aware of the repetitive patterns that we hold on to due to past pain and insecurities.
Mm-hmm.
Chiron, not Chiron. Chiron.
Chiron, yes.
I always mess up when I see that one.
Yeah. And it's always scary when it pops up. Because this is the one that is the whole emotional thing. We've seen this retrograde before. It's never a happy one.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got some other events going on.
Mm-hmm.
2023's notable astrological influences. Now, these are not patterns. These are like, you might want to watch out for this. Saturn entering Pisces on March 7th.
Mm-hmm.
Saturn in Pisces will be an opportunity of time to commit to the spiritual disciplines or have deep healing work collectively. Saturn in Pisces tends to conclude in the dissolution of old, outdated systems.
Oh, yeah.
So here's the commental question and my thoughts when looking at this. I think something will be up with the Catholic Church during that time. So mark your calendar that on around March 7th,
Mm-hmm.
there might be some changes to the way the Catholic Church handles something. We have already seen that the Pope has warned his bishops to be cautionary that they are not above the law.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the Vatican, and he will execute the law in the Vatican if necessary. So look for something changing in March with that.
Okay.
Give me the next
Well,
one.
then we have February 5th to April 12th. Exact is on March 11th.
Mm-hmm.
Jupiter conjuncts Chiron, expanding everything that it touches. Jupiter will magnify the need to face, process, and integrate our shadow. By focusing on healing our past now, we set ourselves up for success.
See, this one I also remember that Jupiter is about rulership and governmental order. He is the benevolent king. I would look for something to occur in the government, very widespread, around March the 11th.
Oh, there we go. Alrighty, so then March 23rd to June 10th, Pluto enters Aquarius. No other planet sign combination screams power to the people like Pluto in Aquarius. Big shifts towards a fairer future can begin now if we collectively work towards a shared goal.
Yes.
Ooh, we're going to see some protests that day.
We're going to see
Are
some
those-
protests that year. And I'm not talking like Black Lives Matter or something like that. I'm talking global protests, people stepping out. I'm looking at you, Mother Russia, you Aquarian pain in my ass. You might, be looking at some interesting behaviors there
Mm-hmm.
during that time.
Oh, there we go.
All right.
And then April 25th to June 12th, exact on May 17th, Jupiter squares Pluto. A rare square between Jupiter in Taurus and Pluto in Aquarius is expected to magnify our thirst for power and success. Avoid ruthless behavior to get to the top during this time.
Right. So with that, we're going to see a shakeup in major companies. We may even start seeing people of supposed social power falling.
Oh, there we go. So May 15th, we have Jupiter enters Taurus. So yeah, as the planet of abundance and aspiration will bring blessings to that Taurus-ruled area of our charts, smoothing out any issues that presented themselves during the Taurus-Scorpio eclipse cycle.
This is going to be a good time. I think we will probably see changes within the market at that time, because when we hit that square, I think the markets will be problematical.
There we go. So then we have May 12th to July 18th and December 2nd to December 31st, Jupiter sextiles Saturn. The sextile between Jupiter in Taurus and Saturn in Pisces, exact on June 19th, is one of the most positive astral connections of 2023, helping create the stability and growth that some have lacked in previous years.
Yes. I think this is when we're going to see two new social programs enter into either the British government or the United States and Canada government. It's something global. With that, Saturn is a taskmaster, so expect it to have something to connected with work or working families. And Jupiter being abundant, we could see expansions of the tax credits, or something to that effect. It's a change in programs.
Okay. So then May 11th to June 21st, the exact is July 1st, Jupiter conjunct North Node of Destiny. Jupiter's expansion influence gets magnified during this rare period of time, which is set to bring financial advancement and steady growth for every zodiac sign.
Right. I think we're going to see a record. We're either going to see one of two things. We're either going to see a record stock market during that time, or we're going to see the real estate market make 2008 look like a cookie cutter situation.
Ooh.
Yeah, one of the two, and it really depends on how we're shaping our destiny and what happens previously in our decision making, with Jupiter and that sextiles of Saturn.
Oh, there we go. Well, then we round out the list with July 17th, North Node enters Aries, South Node enters Libra. Starting in the summer of 2023, Destiny has a new phase from July 17th to January 11th of 2025. Wanted to make sure everyone caught that. The universe will ask us to embrace independence and a deeper sense of authenticity.
Yes. I think that there's going to be another information dump, file dump. I think there's also going to be, and when like the what was that damn website that had all the side chicks on it?
What?
Okay. It was a couple years ago. There was this website that specifically aspired to cheaters, high businessman cheaters, matching them.
Oh, Ashley Madison.
Yeah, we're going to look for another big dump like that.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
In the same
I think
vein,
a lot of our
or just...
paints will be kind of shown to be sinners.
well, there we go. And yeah, that covers the 2023 predictions of eclipses, retrogrades, notable transits, and energetic themes.
Yes, yes.
So,
And, that will be interesting. And that's the astrology-wise base of it. So let's take a break, and when we come back, I'm going to probably do some card pulls. I've got some other things that we want to look at. And of course, we're taking your subjects. What do you want my prediction on for 2023? So go ahead and get those put into the comments area. Let's go.
there we go.
Hi, I'm Dottie the Psychic, and I'm sure you're wondering why I'm not wearing any makeup. Well, one reason is to irritate my social media manager, Aeson Knight. Hi, Aeson. The other reason is because I like to get to the naked truth about what it means to be a neurodivergent LGBT person with psychic abilities. I've got vlogs, blogs, and podcasts and videos all related to trying to live my best life. and helping witches and bitches do the same thing. So, you can check all that out and get a reading from Dottie the Psychic at dottiethePsychic.com. Safe travel and much profit to you.
Do you have a cute pet? We know you do. Each week, Tracy Van chooses from submitted photos a featured reader for her Facebook page and provides a tarot reading. Your adorable pet cat, dog, rabbit, goat, chicken, snake, or more could be her next featured reader. Visit tracyvan.com, TracyVann.com, and click Featured Reader to submit. We look forward to seeing your pet next.
Hey everybody, Lady Gwendolyn here, and I am here to tell you how to get in contact with me and a little bit about what I do. I am the High Priestess that works with shadow work to help you grow and heal. And I work with access bars, Reiki, I do power forms. I'm recently getting into crystal healing, sound therapy as well. So you can go to Lady Gwendolyn Healing, that is LadyGwendolynHealing.com. Book your appointment with me. I do in person, I do over the phone, I do over Zoom. We can do that as well. My main goal is to help you grow and heal, because I've been there, I'm still going through it, and let my strength help guide you. See you soon.
Hey everybody, Natalie here from The Pendulum's Path. If you are in need of guidance, direction, spiritual connection, healing, or more, you have come to the right place. I have worked as a psychic and a medium for over 3 years, connecting people from all over the world with their loved ones, giving them insight and guidance into their current situations, their past healings, their blockages, and what they need to know in order for them to have a better future. It would be my absolute honor if you would come to my website at www.thependulumspath.com. Visit my shop. I have a whole bunch of crystals, oils, balms, mystery boxes, and more. And visit my services. I offer 15-minute, 30-minute, and 60-minute sessions. I also have email readings available if you're not comfortable with the one-on-one session with me, or if you just want to try me out. I encourage you to come visit me at the Pendulum's Path, and let's get you back on the right track today.
All right. So we're going to start this off with the economy. Everyone wants to know how the economy is going to do. For 2023. Let's take a look. All right. So here's the thing with it. It's going to be a little bit rocky. We have the Page of Cups here. There's a lot of talk about the economy and how bad it is. However, there is, on the other side of that, the Seven of Swords, which is a lot of people handling multiple things at one time. That was our past. Currently, we're in a overemphasization of it. And we have the Moon card showing that we've got a lot of fears, a lot of structure around it. Those two cards together say that, it's not as bad as people are saying. We were talking about this on the Psychic Coffee Shop, but we'll talk about it here in a minute. Moving into 2023, we're going to have to do some goal planning. What do you want to accomplish financially? The other part is you're going to have to make some sharp decisions. Where are you investing your money? And I am not talking about your retirement. I am not talking about your stock market. I'm talking about where are you buying stuff from? Are you dealing with small businesses that are actually benefiting, and we're going to see small businesses come out even cheaper than we're seeing the bigger businesses? And here's why. We have the High Priestess here. So the bag of the economy is this. You're going to have to make some choices. You're going to have to make financial choices, but we're going to see a lot more people dealing with smaller businesses for cheaper prices. We're going to see a lot of things going on with the economy that is not going to be hitting the big stock market thing. I think the stock market is going to be a little bit on crack. All right.
Well, and we have a tendency when we talk about economies to basically talk about how rich are the rich going to get this year.
Right.
Versus how is it actually going to be for the majority of people?
Right. I think the majority of people are going to do fine. They're going to have some higher prices. Well, guess what? Our dollar is not the equate it used to be. But it has been proven. I would expect oversight into some prices to be occurring in probably the second quarter. I think there's going to be some step in and some price control on items. And we've seen this before. And hello, Dolly. How are you doing? Um, when people, we currently have controlled prices on gasoline. I think that there's going to be a big push for fuel economy. I think there's going to be even a push for better gasoline production. Not on the cars, but I think they're flipping over to the production of gas so that we don't have so much waste on that. Because, most of the oil that goes into gas really doesn't turn out to be that good. There's a lot of byproducts to it because gas is actually a waste product.
Mhm.
I think we will see a resurgence of wanting governmental oversight into environmental behaviors. I think we will also see like some more cost-saving things, like the ability to have like your paper supplies delivered to you each month for like $20. And that's I also think that we'll see a resurgence of local and or country-based products being more of a thing. Like made in the U.S., I think will come back to being a thing that it used to be.
Will it come with the same like messed up like made in the USA but not really, or will it be a legit like
It'll be a
we're gonna push
legit,
for this?
yeah, it'll be a legit thing for like made in the U.S., made in London, made here, made there. Because I also think there might be some tariff wars during the summer,
Aha.
like we've seen out of China before, when they start charging us more to sell us the same crap they've been selling us for years.
Mhm.
I also think we're going to see a resurgence of returning to being responsible for ourselves financially. A lot like credit card companies may get a little like whiny, like please use us, and it's like no, we learned about you. You're crappy.
So good year to be stingy with your credit usage.
Oh, it's a good year to be stingy with all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bankroll yourself,
Mhm.
which is the concept we've talked about. All right, so that's my view on the economy. Take a look at healthcare. I think there is a new development in healthcare that is, while financially beneficial for everybody, this new development will be a new way of processing medication.
Mm. Okay.
Okay. I think we're going to see an expansion of shots and patches for pain medicine and a decrease in pill usage.
Oh wow.
I also think that eventually what we will get to is medication that is designed for you specifically. Instead of taking like 6 pills or 8 pills, you get a little patch that goes on the side of your arm and it has your combination gel there that absorbs into your body.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to see movement on the opioid epidemic because of the new way that the pain medicine is going to be kind of like okay, so we're going to give you this pain medicine insert. It can't be tampered with. It only, it has to be done by you. It doesn't work with anyone else.
Mm-hmm. Oh, very nifty. Do you
Yeah.
think we might finally see genetic research for best medications?
Yes.
Because that's been one of the things I was kind of astounded to find out is there are certain meds that for based on your genetic profile, your literal DNA,
Mm-hmm.
it totally changes how that med works.
Right.
It changes the absorption rate. It changes whether or not it even works for you. It can predict whether, and we're not like trying to sell 23andMe or something, but
No.
I'm just saying, I was surprised to learn that like, because I'd always thought that it seems like this is kind of a buckshot approach
Mm-hmm.
when we medicate people.
Uh-huh.
And, because mental health, especially,
Right.
what the hell? like you get a therapist anymore, and you can spend a while.
Right.
Because there's a lot of meds.
Right.
And they will try every single one of them.
Right. Because it is a combination med. I also think that we will probably see revolutions in different ways of dealing with pain, different ways of dealing with other situations, and a revisiting of older medications.
Ah.
The new shiny in me is not going to be so new and shiny. It's going to be more like old and fluffy.
Like old, well tolerated, and well documented.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of cardiologists get flack for either one being very stuck in the past and using like all their patients are on the same meds. They've been on the same meds. Like you look back to their charts in the 60s and 70s.
Mm-hmm.
These were the same meds they were using then. But then a lot of cardiologists get flack for jumping their patients from a working med
Mm-hmm.
to the newest, latest, greatest.
Right.
And then the newest, latest, greatest after that. And it's like, really? Why did you need to do that?
Right. But I think that we're going to see a streamlining of systems this year. I think we're going to also see structures that are broken being took apart and segregated with medications. And I think we're going to start seeing some very strong research into what you're feeding your body comparative to your health conditions. Not like the old boiled chicken and cardboard tack routine, but more the micrograms and the what are they called?
Oh, the micronutrients and
Yeah.
So more attention paid to like minor nutritional, what are generally considered minor nutritional deficiencies.
Right.
And some respect for the fact that these may have larger knock-on effects.
Exactly.
Ooh, Brenda wants to know about changes in the mental health part of the health system.
I think that it's going to become more of a focus. Like, I think it's going to be almost like, well, who's your GP and who's your therapist? It's going to become a lot more social. I also think that we're going to see more research into, I believe the current term is neural spiciness. That's going to be probably pushing out new teaching methods, new teaching situations. I also think there's going to be a new focus there on keeping things simple.
Okay.
So you're not going to have a therapist that does this and a therapist that does that, and then one that's a social worker that handles your household. It's going to be more, okay, here's your general practicing therapist that has an out call, but it's going to be a lot less focus on medication and more focus on activity.
Okay. Do you think we might finally see some changes to the way that mental health has been very much almost disabling for some people?
Yes.
In terms of like accessing mental health and then dealing with the bureaucracy and the red tape of mental health? Because most of those offices are pure garbage. And it's like, Can you stop and understand the conditions you treat?
Right.
And why maybe really strict policies might not be the best choice?
Well, I feel like that what we're going to see is a reversal of the what I call negative speak of mental health.
Okay.
You got to remember, in the 1900s up to about 1940, it was fashionable to be seeing a psychologist. Okay, and then about 1952 to 1957 is when it became and continued on to being this bad tone talk down thing. I think that that's going to be a lot of a changing viewpoint there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, very nifty.
Also, look for some changes in optical.
Oh, so maybe a new thing for vision correction, because we've had like laser surgery and like it's jumped a few generations since then. But
right, but yeah, something new is probably going to be able to restore blindness.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and I think it has something to do with mice.
Interesting.
Yeah. That'll be interesting to see. All right, so whose celebrities do we want to know about? Do we want to talk about Meghan and Harry and the Crown?
Oh no, we can.
Okay. I feel like Meghan and Harry are going to start another company. I feel like the fallout from the Crown is going to get deeper. It's specifically going to have something come out about the current court. Anyway, the mistress that became the queen, there's going to be some dreadful stuff come out about her.
Yes. Well, queen consort, I think, would be
Queen
her technical.
consort is the
Yeah,
current.
I think that would be her technical title.
Right. I think something dreadful is going to come out about her that they're not going to be able to control. I do feel that they probably will not travel back for anything but the coronation.
Okay.
Okay. With that, I think that she's going to be the drama queen. He is going to be the reigning king. But I also feel like them leaving the U.S. Like they may end up going to like another kingdom, i.e., Australia or Canada, as their new living space.
Meanwhile, I just have to ask: could I see a show of hands for anyone who thought it, who finds it surprising that we may learn that Camilla Parker Bowles is the evil stepmother?
Oh, I think she's always been the evil stepmother.
Like, I've always felt like she was just lurking in the background, like the oh god, Snow White, the evil queen there.
Right.
You know, with the apple, with the basket of apples, like yeah.
But the other thing here is I think we will see another prince or another princess born this year.
Aww.
Yeah.
Baby royals.
Baby royals are cute. The crowning, I think, goes off without a hitch. I do feel like there's still a lot of heartbreak, however, in England, and I would see more focus on the Holland royals.
Now talking about heartbreak in England and the coronation going off without a hitch, do you think it's possible 2023 might see King Charles unfortunately leave, either by abdicating the throne or because, like, let's be real, he's up there in years. He waited a long damn time for this fucking crown.
Right. I don't think 2023 we will see that. I feel like, however, possibly 2025.
It'll be a kind of a quick succession.
I think it'll be a quick succession. I think that, he's in his 70s. I think either 2025 or 2029. Like, he will hold on, not as long as his mother did.
So I don't think he has a chance for that.
Medical science at this point.
I know, but he would have to live to like 170.
Right. I do not think that Harry, or is it William? I don't think the prince will have to wait as long as most royals do.
I was just curious the way you phrased that. I was like, is it going to be a quick succession? Because that's going to hit him hard.
Right. That would hit England very hard. I also think it would be bad for their economy. Because as we see with the changing from the queen to the king, there has been some economical changes that people aren't even noticing yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and it has been talked about before that for England, the changing from one monarch to another has always been a little culturally destabilizing.
Right. But also we got to also recognize that King Charles is not as big a star as, Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah. He's kind of like the Ron Howard of Prince to King.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Opie. Like, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Ron Howard. Exactly. It's just like, I don't know that anyone feels like, oh yeah, this is a really strong, powerful ruler who's gonna, like, I just don't see Executive Opie.
Yeah.
I just can't in my head. I see a little boy who fishes on the Andy Griffith show.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm sorry. I know, like, God, Ron Howard's probably almost 70.
Right.
I still, can anyone, like, just
Well, what's
see
weird is I
Ron
keep seeing
Howard?
Princess Anne taking a bigger role in stuff. Now, she is Princess Royal, meaning that, if the succession had been changed before their birth, she would be Queen Anne right now. I think that she will probably take a larger role in the public appearance, public role, governmental role. There's something that she's going to be doing.
Okay. I think we can all be okay with that one.
Right.
Like, she's rather fun.
Yes. So who's next? Who do we want to look at next? Well, she's fun, but she's also very much like her mother. She don't take bullshit. You currently on cue, and she's going to arrive at 4:00. She'll arrive 3:59 and be ready to, get this show on the road.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
Yes. Which I think
will
more powerhouses.
Well, yeah, and I think it'll work better because, I'm sorry, Charles just has this bad habit of showing up at events and just being like just this kind of blank general, like, oh.
Yeah.
Like, that's all he can do. Like, all the video footage I've ever seen of him is he's just kind of like, right. He's the bobblehead. And
right.
It's like,
well, and that's his role, to be the royal bobblehead. Because, if he sneezes the wrong way, I mean, we've seen what happens when Camilla wears a dress from a designer. They sell out. True. Yeah. Well, and he did get a lot of attention with the divorce from Diana. Mm-hmm. And is still getting a lot of attention from that divorce. I think Diana would have been a better queen in any day. I think the monarchy would not be having the problems they're having now if she had became queen. All right, guys, let's take another break. And when we come back, we're viewers. Who do you want me to look at? This is the social gossip column on the psychic level. So here we go. Let's take this break.
Welcome back, goblins! My name is Jason, and I am the host of the Esoteric Book Club, a podcast that examines titles on the magical, paranormal, the mysterious, and the strange. I release 2 episodes a month in which I review books on esoteric topics, recap news of the weird, and conduct interviews with authors, practitioners, and experiencers. The Esoteric Book Club can be found on every major podcast service or can be streamed directly from esotericbookclub.org.
Hi, I'm Tracy Van. I provide a blended reading consisting of mediumship, psychic, and tarot cards. A reading from me can cover any guidance you need from relationships with your partner or your family, spiritual, financial, any questions you may need clarity on. If you would like to book an appointment with me, check out my website, tracyvann.com. That's TracyVann.com. I have bookings from 15 to 60 minutes you may choose from. That helps if you just have a quick question, need an answer, or if you're looking for a reading in more depth, I'm here to provide the guidance and clarity for you. Let's just figure it out. Bye.
Hi, Techie Joe here. I work with Aeson Knight and some of the best psychics in West Virginia to create amazing live streams and podcasts for the Psychic Coffee Shop Network. Together, we brew up great content discussing news, events, hot topics, and more, all from a psychic perspective. On the Psychic Coffee Shop, we interview amazing authors in the metaphysical realm. Coffee and Tea combines Aeson with Tracy, Dottie, Natalie, or Lady Gwendolyn for the good and the bad of being a psychic. Shameless Self-Promotion with Dottie the Psychic talks to leading and emerging YouTubers and business owners in our community. Mountain Bears brings you the latest in LGBT news and politics. The Psychic That Plans answers the question of, well, how a psychic plans. Plus, we're live on air. We take your comments and your questions, including psychic advice questions. Check out our amazing programming, book an appointment with top psychics, and find out all the wonderful things we have to offer at PCSBnetwork.com today.
Hi, I'm Aeson Knight. I provide tarot readings covering everything from love and relationships to your life questions and your most spiritual answers. And also, I provide a lot of guidance in finances and divorces and all those relationship problems. So, if you'd like to get a reading from me privately, not on air, you can feel free to do so by visiting aesonknight.com and booking your appointment. I also provide on-demand services, so if your life is a little chaotic, you can go ahead and click that call now button there on my site, right, for a quick answer question. All right, guys, back to the show. Enjoy. All right, welcome back.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to take on the first one.
Oh.
Yeah, we're going to take on Elon Musk and see what he's got going on.
Very cool.
All right, Mr. Elon is not listening to advice and he thinks he's a fat cat. Twitter is not going as well as he thought, and I also feel like there's some governmental problems going on. I think that 2023 year will be very hard for him financially. I also, with the King of Pentacles showing up here in his thing, Elon Musk, I do feel we'll be in trouble with the government. To the point where he may be pushed out, and he'll be looking at what he did not get done. I also feel like the new moon program is going to upset his SpaceX plans for growth. And I think the investors on both sides of his playing field need to be really questioning his spending.
Ah.
All right. So who's next? Pick a celebrity.
Oh, let's go for Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh, the Zuckerberg.
Because he's taken a lot of flack in 2022 for what he's done with Meta. The rebrand of Facebook and the metaverse, which he has sunk all of Facebook's assets into.
Ooh, interesting. Much different. All right. Someone isn't paying attention to some of the things Mark is doing, and it's going to cause a celebrational time for him because we're looking at money flow here, and it's going to be very good. Right now, I feel like that there's a female that's influencing his logical behavior as he takes on the current problems and situations. With that, however, he dreamed big and he bet good. I think he's going to probably get even richer. I think whatever he's going to come out with will be shocking and earth-changing, not as much as Facebook did, but it's going to be earth-changing.
Oh, wow.
All right. And then his final outcome is the Page of Cups. We got to watch him. And when I'm saying watch him, is he hustles in silence. And then when he drops things, it's all emotional. So you better be watching his hustle because he's up to something more than metaverse. Possibly a new platform in general, not just Meta, but a totally new, I think he's going to try to take, because we all know metaverse is the take on Second Life, a forgotten idea.
Well, it was a good idea. It is a good idea. It's a fun place. Second Life is a fun place.
Right.
And there are people who make their, living in Second Life. Hey, Kalika. It's just one of those things that takes a lot of computing power and time to really invest in. There's a learning curve. You don't just jump into that.
Currently. I do think that we're going to be seeing some CGI from him. I think he's going to take on the movie and television systems. But also on that, I'm looking at something that could make Google a little worrisome.
Then I have to. Because of what you just said, does Disney need to be worried?
Disney needs to be worried. They are getting too big. They are getting way too big.
Well, see, there's been a floating concept for years of being able to replace actors with CGI generated actors.
Right.
Like basically let AI do it all and
Right.
CGI do it all and just almost auto create movies.
Right.
So you have no actors to pay, you have no, sound effects people to pay, like none of it. It's all artificially generated. If he could take that on, that would be amazing and devastating.
Well, what will also be interesting is if he takes on Google, like head to head on Google, because we know that he took on MySpace when he invented Facebook. Like he was targeting MySpace, and we see what MySpace is. It's currently setting dead. If he takes on Google, it'll be an interesting foreplay.
Oh yeah.
But his problem is execution. He's normally years ahead of where he should be at.
True. So now Brenda has a question, and it's about your favorite. Cody, and I'm going to correct her, and his ex-wives. So does it become Cody and sister wives again, or does it just become, what does it become for Cody?
All right. Well, let's look at Cody. He right now is taking a period of reflection. He's going through some heartache because he's an idiot. He's also having money problems. This is not being talked about. I think he's having some very strong financial problems. I do feel in the future that, another sister wife will be joining the crew. Of course, we know that Cody prefers to have 3 wives, but we would look for another wife to be added to the crew now that all 3 of his wives are leaving him. We also see some lawsuits occurring.
Ooh.
Yes. I feel like he's not dealing with some stuff that he's going to have to do. And with that, I think that that's going to be a problem. I feel like overall, we're going to see more out of Janelle and Christine. And Murray is going to probably ride off into the sunset. Like, as soon as her contract is done, she is done. So we will see a spin-off show, probably Life After Polygamy. I think that there's going to be a new boyfriend added to the mix. And I think Cody Pass is already gone. Which was the property that Janelle sunk so much money into.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think that we may see her actually doing some RV living shows. That will be interesting.
Okay.
Kind of like the RV, living in an RV permanently, traveling around the world. I think we may see her do that with Plexus.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. I also feel like what's weird is I think the last 2 seasons of Sister Wives is almost like the show that spun off of that of Making Sister Wives.
Okay.
Yeah. But I also think that we start seeing more out of their children.
True. They are starting to get there in age, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, we've got 18, 20, 30-year-olds.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how much of that is going to be an honest conversation about what is this like?
Right.
And how much of it was problematic because you became a celebrity at a vulnerable age, and how much of it was was polygamy itself, problematic for you as a kid? What was, or was it problematic because of the nature of this relationship? Like you ended up with potentially bad role models,
right?
Bad polygamy role models, bad because some of the wives have a tendency to be a little, or at least before they had their giant wake up, to be kind of oh, okay.
Well, that's the way it appeared on the show. I think that we're going to probably also get at least 2 tell-all books that really outlay some things. We all know.
Can we please call one of them Mommy's Dearest?
Oh, I don't think it's going to be more Mommy's Dearest. I think it's going to be Daddy Don't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah. But I think that there's going to be some scenes of Cody dating again, or courting as they call it. I think it's going to be, a lot of changes for the show. Now they are contracted, and this is not psychic, this is knowledge. They are contracted for 2 more years, 2 more seasons. I think that we may get another 7 out of them.
Ooh.
Because there's going to be the spinoff cooking show that we've already seen.
Yeah.
I think Janelle's going to do probably some RV expansion, RV something show. And, show, we've got to see her taking her life back. I think Murray is probably going to be, Murray is going to be doing something independently. I also think that she leaves Flagstaff.
Yeah.
And takes and starts running more of her business at the bread and breakfast. I think that's going to be a lot of that. And then it's going to be a lot of trying to hold on to that history and reflecting on the history of the lifestyle and where the lifestyle went wrong. Now, we as watchers can see I can see exactly where it went wrong. Here is the problem. Cody took on Robin. The problem is there was no, like, the 3 of them were doing really well together. The 3 sister wives were doing really well together. The problem was, however, that Robin, coming into that mix, tried to cowboy and start running things because she wanted to be head wife, and it worked out to her. She sucks as a head wife. Like, she's looking at Cody and saying, today is Tuesday. You need to go in there and take a shower, get your COVID test done, and get your ass down to Christine's house where you belong.
Well, yeah, and I think that's probably a big part of it, was that, and it's been, reported multiple times, is that with each new wife, Cody became very neglectful of any previous wives.
Right.
Like, as in, he started, and this relationship was good, and then he starts the new relationship, and that relationship falls off a cliff, and then he starts the next relationship, and the previous 2 keep falling off cliffs, and it just kind of, they're little lemmings.
When it was just Murray, Christine, and Janelle, they all had their departments. Murray was doing the inspirational speaking, she was running the businesses, she was kind of keeping everything together. Christine was raising children, and Janelle was handling finances.
Okay.
Bring in Robin, who doesn't do anything except want to act like, she's just Miss Innocent. And it's like, bullshit. You run your husband's lives. You 4 women run his life, and you are trying to act like a single wife. You're not. You need to be, talking amongst yourselves. If I was Cody, I would have said, hold up. We got something good going here.
Ooh, Donna White has a good one.
We'll get right to that one.
Uh-huh.
I really feel like overall, they messed up polygamy. They didn't apply the tenets. They did not function in a ethical slut way of polygamy.
Or polyamory. And that's been the big giant crowbar of separation that people keep throwing in is, this is not polyamory. This is not how that works.
No.
2 different words. Polygamous, polyamory. Very different words.
Right. And, let's throw it this way. If I had said some of the things that Cody has said to you, I would have gotten my ass cleaned out by you.
I don't think we have to go to that graphic. You would have your face reconstructed, maybe.
Yeah. But not about you, but about the invisible assistant. If I had said his bad behavior just makes him unattractive, you would have eaten me alive.
Basically, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't necessarily come off all that aggressive, and I'm usually not.
Yeah.
It takes a lot for me to get there, but if I get there, no, you just started a war. You didn't start a fight. You started a war.
Very much so. They would have hung up on you. Yeah, they would have hung up on me. They would hug me up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's
Wrong
the
enough.
thing there.
Hellboy would have called his legion. You better damn believe it.
Yep. Which Hellboy has to correct something that he posted in Break Room.
So yeah, it turns out, and we'll do this real quick. So yeah, if you caught the break room earlier, I was talking about the fact that apparently, Aeson must have lied about his recipe for dog food. I was missing information. What the dogs actually had last night was regular canned dog food, not the dog food recipe that he makes. So apparently the professional canned dog food recipe is 1 part bleach, 1 part ammonia. Because that dog was creating damn mustard gas in that living room, and I was about to die.
Yeah. Like, I think this confirms that we cannot go back to canned dog food.
He still is. Can I point out, he's here in the office, or has been in here in the office. And I'm just like, oh, for the love of God, please, no more. No more. I can't take it.
Right. So
Like,
the chicken's been thawing so Aeson can get dog food made because Vladdy is not happy with dog food, and neither is Joe.
No, I'm not. All right. So Donna White wants to know, any thoughts on Wendy Williams? Will Kevin lose it all?
Okay, here we go.
Oh, told you it was a good one.
Yeah, it's a very good one. All right, so first up, we're going to look at Wendy Williams. Right now, she's gone through a lot of endings this past 2022. She's also got that ability to be a magician. I do feel that we will see new projects out of her. I also think Wendy Williams production will be doing new things. There's a podcast. She's talking podcasts. I think she's going to be doing more than a podcast, but she's got to get her health in control once more. Interesting, I feel young Kevin will be more of the infrastructure here. He's going to be the one working with a conservator or someone to help get her moved where she is. I think she recovers from her divorce. And of course, she gets her bag back. And when I say her bag, her money. Looking at Mr. Kevin Hunter.
Big Kevin.
Big Kevin. Who I think is a lazy scoundrel. Will he lose it all? Well, honey, he does more than lose it all. First up out of the gate, we have the Knight of Cups with the King of Cups, which means he's going to be basically in the past playing on people's emotions. He's been playing on his ties. Right now, we have him with the Devil, i.e. there's a drug problem or some type of medical situation with the King of Pentacles. So he's in financial straits because he doesn't have balance there. Moving ahead, we have the Ace of Cups. Is he that settled into his side chick? No. I think that that's a very different relationship than he's used to. Barely balancing the money, robbing Peter to pay Paul. Then we have the Hierophant stepping in here. He's hoping for some traditional valued relief. He is not going to get it. I think that we see him lose a good bit. I also think that, he's going to have a baby mama, not a wifey.
Well, I think this is really a story of, the lesson that Wendy learned, which can't turn a hoe into a housewife. And then Kevin had to go out and find another hoe and try to do the same thing, and it didn't work for him either, especially when you have 2 hoes trying to be housewives.
Exactly. Not a good plan. Not a good
fit.
I think
Pretty Woman, it was not.
Exactly. I think Wendy has the ability to sit in her New York penthouse and do nothing. However, she is not that type.
Oh yeah, and she has enough fans. Like her fans are pretty devoted. She had an abrupt departure. Her fans are still pissed from the end of the show and trying to replace her.
Well, let's go into that. Let's take a look at Miss Susie Shepherd and see how she's going to be doing in 2023. The backstabbing hoe.
Oh, it is the ho-ho Christmas of Wendy Williams.
Well, I can't say the word I want to say, so we will say ho.
Oh, I don't think you're wrong.
All right. First up, we know she started a new path. She's very hardworking. Right now, she's really reflecting on where her money is going because we know she also has an ex-husband that sucks her dry.
Mm.
Moving ahead, however, we have the High Priestess led in by the Five of Swords. I don't think Susie Shepherd continues. At least the show. The problem being is there's an enforcer. There is somebody that is going to hold some traditional value within the media industry, i.e., the fans. I don't think that she's going to do really well with the show.
Fair enough. And I think that's a problem. Like, some shows are capable of changing hosts,
Mm-hmm.
and then some, I don't know what it is.
Right.
Like, The Tonight Show has had, what, 4 or 5 different hosts, including
Right.
Johnny Carson?
Yep.
The Price is Right managed to make the change.
Yeah, but make the change well.
Well, I think the audience changed a little, but it seemed to do okay. It's done okay.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
it's still on air. People are still watching.
All right.
And then other shows tried to change hosts, and it's just like, no.
No. It's like Wheel of Fortune. I think it'll probably be ending soon.
Yeah. At this point, I don't think anyone other than Pat Sajak and Vanna White
Right.
can run that show.
Are tired. Like, they are tired of flipping letters. Or touching
She got to be
letters.
tired of being sewn into dresses at this point. Like, damn.
Yeah. I just wonder how many people stuck with a seamstress's needle.
Yeah, really? She's got to have, like, she basically got to have track marks down her back.
Right.
And not from drug use. I just mean from being stabbed that many times.
Right. Other things in the media, I do think we're going to see a large shift in the United States government. Like, JOD is going to be looking at people and going, are you doing your job? Or did you do
DOJ?
DOJ, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that will be interesting to sit back and watch. I also think that the Supreme Court will have a shakeup or two.
Ooh.
Yes. That will be making headlines, I believe.
I really hope they're, like, unpredictable shakeups.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, can I just say this on behalf of the world? Or, well, at least on behalf of most of the United States. Like, could Brett Kavanaugh just have a fucking heart attack?
Well, see, he's not the one I feel is a problem.
I don't know. It would just, the Grinch inside of me would smile.
Mm-hmm.
Just at that one, like, ah.
I know. All right, so Donna's asking what I think about Tauruses this year.
Ooh.
So let's go ahead and do this.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do the ladies' fan because I love this. But it's going to be a reformulated ladies' fan. Ooh. So Taurus's overall general theme. You're going to be ending some cycles and you need to be figuring out your goals. This is in your personal life. When we look at your career life, money is tight right now, but you've got to start working on your relationship with money. Moving ahead, I'm going to warn in 2023, do not take on more than you can handle, and stay focused on your goals. Taurus, your lesson for 2023 will be balance. Can you keep that bull and the China cat mentality with your pinky pierced as you're drinking coffee? Okay, I think Tauruses will have a very good year overall. I would look for upsets in relationships as you start getting back to being grounded. You're going to have to pay attention, however, to the retrogrades because they're going to be hitting you hard.
Hey, there you go.
Yep. Okay. So anything else you want to look at for 2023? We covered government. We've talked about a few celebrities. We've talked about healthcare. We've talked about, let's talk about Russia and the Ukraine war.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah. We'll do that one, and I think we're going to wrap it up for tonight.
Okay. And I think I may have a knock-on question, depending upon what you have to say on this one.
All right. Interesting. All right, first up out of the gate. In the past, we have them dealing with fears and trying to take things on. And then right now, it's all about home and traditional thoughts. Moving ahead, we're going to see a new day. We also are going to see a new player. I do think that we may see some Warsaw trials out of it. And their advice right now is don't pay attention to anything, don't deal with the emotions. I think that there may be a very big change in Russia, much like we saw in '89, and that's going to cause some major changes in the war. I also feel like other parties will be joining the war on the ally side that has traditionally been very neutral in things, but they're going to do some backhouse financing and maybe even some troops.
To work against Russia?
Yep.
Okay. Well, then I think I can skip mine. I was going to ask, are we looking at another Cold War? Like, if we brought the
Oh, no,
totality of the
that
80s
teapot is boiling. It isn't iced tea they're making. They're boiling tea over there. I think that right now, Russia's true friends are only North Korea and China it will double back because they can't take sanctions. Like, their economy is based on export.
Well, their economy is basically a giant bubble that's getting ready to burst anyway. It's been called for like the last 3 years.
Right.
That, like, China has screwed itself financially.
Right.
And they are looking at what would effectively be, like, take the 2008 crash in the US and, like, order of magnitude worse.
See, I would go even worse. I would go 1930. Is it 1932?
1929.
Black Monday.
Yeah, I believe that's 29. Challenge accepted. Says Donna. Challenge accepted. Fair enough.
Yeah. 1929 Wall Street crash. I think that's what we're looking at China, unless they make some quick changes of who they're doing business with.
Well, yeah, because right now they're just having to prop up their financial system.
Right.
Because basically what China's done is tell their people just keep buying property, invest in property. And so they have soared a housing market
right
into the stratosphere.
Right.
And basically latched everything onto that housing market.
Right.
So it's a nightmare. All right, so Donna has another one. Will Trump do time?
Let's see what the tarot has to say about this. Really wish I had my black deck. But ooh, shit.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
All right, so there's a lot of talk right now, a lot of plotting going on. Behind our backs, we don't currently see this. I feel that we're not sure if he does time, but he's going to have a lot of things going on. Here's the interesting part. We see a page of cups here, which is his cup runneth over, matched with King of Pentacles. This means that things are not dwelling well. With that, he's got the bulldog of money on his ass. So will he do time? That's undecided. Will he possibly have to lose a lot? And when I say lose a lot, I'm talking across board like Trump who? Oh, you need your presidential retirement now to pay your bills situation. Well, you gave that up.
Be selling some of those old steak knives out of the trunk of his car.
Yes.
Like, you want to buy some steak knives?
Yeah. I also think that with his tax returns becoming public knowledge, there's going to be companies turning to the IRS and going, he didn't pay that. Why is he writing that off? He didn't do this. He didn't do that. I do feel like that there will be charges brought up. Whether he's guilty or not will be undecided. I would also think that this is going to end his daughter's political career also. Because she has been shooting for a political career.
Yeah, I've never felt like she had a good hope of a political career.
Right. Now, I do think there's a son-in-law or someone that is not a direct, a true Trump that will become a fall guy to a lot of things.
Oh, yeah, you know that's going to come.
Right.
And it's probably going to end up being Jared.
Right.
Like, I think he's been built in as the fall guy for everything.
All right. So Brenda brought up a focus, like the idea of a focus card for 2023. So, Joe, if you'll pull the Zodiac up for us, we will go by Zodiac.
All right. Just 1 second. Oh, come on. There we go. All right. Aries, March 21st to April 19th.
Aries, get your banks in order. You've got the bulldog of money coming after your ass. Start creating finances. That'll be your focus this year.
Oh, that one was right there again?
Yes.
Shit.
Yes.
All right. Taurus, April 20th to May 20th.
Taurus, you got to focus on yourself. Also look for new relationships possible in marriages. If you aren't already, look for a rekindling of a marriage.
Gemini, May 21st to June 21st.
Gemini, 2023 is going to be a hard year for you. You're going to have a lot of self-esteem issues. It's not as bad as it looks.
Ooh, Cancer, June 22nd to July 22nd.
You better get your planning together. We have the Two of Wands here. You've got the world in your hand if you execute it correctly.
Leo, July 23rd to August 22nd.
Leos, you have taken on too much. You are battling and stressing yourself out. You have a double card here because you're also not sleeping well. 2023 will be a lot of unrest for you because you aren't acting like the ruler you are.
All right, Virgo, August 23rd to September 22nd.
Virgo, this is going to be an emotional upswing for you, although you've got to watch your gossiping ability. Sometimes your voice is louder than you think. Be checking your foes.
All right, so Libra, September 23rd to October 23rd.
Libra, you've been dreaming and scheming for a while now. Your plan is about ready to go in place. Execute it well.
Scorpius, October 24th to November 21st.
Scorpius, it's a good time for you to return to school or get some sort of training. While you tend to be able to talk your way into situations, you're going to have the knowledge to back them up.
Sagittarius, November 22nd to December 21st.
Sagittarians, you don't want to deal with issues this year. You're going to probably ignore a lot of emotional things. My appointment calendar is available so that we can discuss those. I should make a special just for you because this year is going to be a lot of you having to unpack that suitcases you've been carrying around.
All right, Capricornus, December 22nd to January 19th.
Capricorns, this is your financial windfall year. You're going to have a lot of financial stability, a lot of strength coming on. You're going to have to make sure, however, that you keep it balanced in reality. You cannot work 75 hours a week and expect to make the baseball games.
All right, Aquarius, January 20th to February 18th.
Aquarius, this is your year of the hermit. You need to take time to reflect on yourself, what you want. It takes an inner knowledge and some placement to putting your desires in place.
And Pisces, February 19th to March 20th.
Pisces, you're always chasing your tail. Now it's going to be a roulette wheel. This will be the year of surprises for you. With that, however, you need to be making sure that those surprises are the ones you want.
There we go.
An overall angel for 2023. Let's grab the angel deck. Let's see what the overall message for 2023 is from the angels. All right. It has been a lot of loud and crowd and problematic. The message from the angels is actually Shantae. She's the angel of peace. She's going to be smoothing her paths out a little bit for 2023. Now, remember, that's kind of like angels when they smooth your path out, is like that rolly thing. I don't know what it's called when they're paving roads and they start rolling over to make things smooth. They start crushing problems. So the first half of the year, you may have to deal with some challenges, but those challenges will actually be very beneficial to you moving forward.
And it's called a roller.
Is it called a roller?
It's called a roller.
Okay.
It's the most obvious, like, compared to a dump truck, is the only thing it's more obviously named that.
Well, I didn't think the construction workers were that creative.
Well, an excavator is a little...
It excavates.
Yes, but how many people know the meaning of that word?
a lot. Anyhow, with that thought, y'all, I want you guys to sit down between now.
Simple name for once.
Yes. I want you guys to sit down and write 5 things you want in 2023. And then at stroke of midnight, after you've kissed your loved one, burn them.
The things you wrote down, not your loved one.
Yeah, the things you wrote down,
It's
not your loved one.
not a
Set it
human
on
sacrifice.
fire. Let it go up into the heavens to begin manifesting.
I was just making sure I didn't have to check my back on December 31st, / January 1st. Like, shit.
Well, no, I wouldn't check your back.
Oh, fun. Oh.
Hope you've enjoyed tonight's show. I do this once a year. Each 5th Coffee and Tea will be joining with Joe, and we will be doing a few different things. We'll be taking. It's going to become a psychic Reddit segment in this show. So, of course, we'll be talking psychic Reddit. But also, we're going to be talking the business side of the psychic industry since he is my business manager. Yeah, so we hope you guys enjoy that. Of course, we're always spilling a little tea, talking a little shit, and having a little bit of fun. With that, tomorrow night is Mountain Bears. And then we won't see you to the new year. So if you only normally turn into Coffee and Tea, happy 2023. Remember, we will be here for you throughout the year. Currently, we have a lot of shows going on. We have Shameless Self-Promotion. This is the 2nd and 4th Monday of the month. We have the Psychic Coffee Shop every Tuesday night, sometimes with a guest, sometimes with hot topics. Wednesday night is Lady Gwendolyn's spot at 8 p.m. She does a few different series throughout the year. And, of course, Thursday is Coffee and Tea, where me and a co-host, normally one of my psychic friends, sit down, we spill a little tea, we give a little spice, we talk the industry, we also talk about the things going around us. You guys get a little look into the industry. Friday nights is our GVLT Mountain Bears episodes where we talk about news, we talk about gay culture, we also take a look about polemical culture. And that's going to probably get a little spicier from here and there. It's for, with, different things. There's so many topics on there I haven't got to talk about. There's some guests I'd like to have on that are making waves in the movement of equality that we'll be reaching out to. So there may be some special episodes there. And as always, on Sundays, you get to see how we plan our life with the Psychic That Plans.
Absolutely.
So grab your pens, your planners, and your coffee, and let's sit down and get your life and our life in some reasonable order. We also have a Patreon for the network. It's PCSP Patreon. You are able to join as little as $1 a month to help pay for all the content going through. That is where it goes to. It isn't like, and then we have, we are going to start having, you guys have seen it on Coffee and Tea, but we're also going to have it to where you guys, if you want to tip us, if you want to buy our coffee or tea, we're going to have that information normally down in the description. For how
Please remember, I have expensive coffee and tea preferences.
Well,
so dollar bills, y'all.
Yes, but the Venmo and the Cash App will be down there if you want to buy us coffee and tea, coffee or tea for your host. And if you wanted to go to a Pacific host, all you got to do is comment that this is for Dottie. This is for whatever. Maybe you don't want to be a Patreon, but you want to be tipping one of the co-hosts. You can definitely be doing that, and that will go to them. Now, we do want to thank our Patreons. They have supported us throughout the year, and they continue to do so. And that really makes us the ability to give you the high production shows, bring in the high talk guests, and do a lot of other things good in the community. So with that, Joe, why don't you give us our thank yous? Take it away, Vanna.
All right. So, of course, we want to thank Beverly Walker, Mika G, Kathy, Mary Winfield, Brenda Bryant, Shannon C, Shannon D, Lady Gwendolyn, Charles Shaw, Dottie the Psychic, Tracy Van, Caitlin Bell, and Devin. If you'd like to learn more about us, the show, or how you too can become a Patreon sponsor, please visit us at pcspnetwork.com.
Yes. And we will see you tomorrow night on Mountain Bears. Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Stacked. You can whisper behind my back. You can show me how the odds are up against me all day long. But I've been through the fire and come out alive, and there's no more fear in my eyes. Oh, now I'm rising, and you can't bring me down. You can't stop.